Welcome to Mum's Problems week number 4. This week we are talking about being a working parent. Rochelle, I want you to kick it off because you're a bit different than the rest of us.
So I'm a nanny, so my job is to look after other people's children, but as well as looking after other people's children, I get to take my own children to work with me. So I have the benefits of both worlds, so I can go to work and get to spend time with my children. But the only downside of it is that my children have to share my attention the whole time with other people's children.
So I never thought of it like that.
So
I always look at you and think it's a really good situation, but you're right.
It's like they've got loads of brothers and sisters. They just have to share my attention.
When does your work finish? When do you like?
Well, it depends because my working day would finish at 6 o'clock. But I also proxy parent, so sometimes if the parents are away for a week, I have the children staying with me, so I could have the children.
Oh my god.
What about you, Kate? Because I know you work a bit more full time.
Yeah. So my biggest problem, and I think because I've done it all, I've worked part-time, full-time, and I've been off for a year on every maternity leave. And my biggest problem when I've gone back to work is the guilt of the 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Am I being a good enough mum? And then I'm leaving my kids, and then it's like, am I being good enough at work? I've got to prove that I can work as hard as everyone else here. But I do have to leave at 5 because I want to see my kids before they get into bed. If I miss sports day because I've got a huge deadline at work, what can I do and how can I split that? So it's a constant, and coming home and doing the commute home and being stressed and getting in if anyone's crying or having a tanty and they're in a bad mood, and then I'm being moody with them because I've been at work all day, I have the guilt because I'm like, am I not being good enough mum? And I've had a guilt all day because I've been at work instead of doing the school run. So
I am sure there are thousands of women out there that can sympathise with that because there really is only 2 choices a lot of the time, depending on what career you've got. You either go back to work and then you deal with that guilt, or you stay at home and then you miss a part of you.
Exactly, and I don't know that that's any better.
No, I
agree.
agree.
Know that when I was at home for a year on every single maternity leave, I knew that by the end of it, I want to go back to work.
It's
like a little holiday.
Yeah. Oh my god, let me tell the husband a whole different topic. When he gets to go to work, he's like, but I'm stressed too, but it's different.
It's so different. Yeah. It's definitely different.
What do you do for childcare?
So I'm very lucky in that my husband can work part-time, so he can do the days that I'm in the office, he does the school run, drop off, pick up, and the baby goes to childcare. I don't know how people do it when they both work.
I know. Well, for I suppose, yeah. Well, that's what, yeah. For us, there's. I mean, I'd say I'm 50-50. So I'm 50% full-time mum at home, do everything myself, and then 50% I work. He has a full-time job. He's at work literally 8:30 until 6:30, and that takes him away continuously. He has no flexi time at all. He's pretty much solid. So if I'm working, I have to get childcare. So I used to use Rochelle, and now she has a little one as well. To have another 2 children, it would be, I think, a little bit out of your comfort zone because you live a little bit far away. So now, obviously, you know who I use, who's amazing. So without this person, I don't know how I would survive. So she does I drop them off really early. She gives them breakfast. She takes them to school. She does the pickup. But then she's become their second mum, which is great because it means that I feel really secure by her and I utterly trust her, and I actually don't know what I would do without her. But that's the second mum. So as a mum, you feel a bit guilty that when AJ is literally Sue, and because he wants to go to Sue, and I'm like, what about mummy? So I do feel that guilt. But I agree with you. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't be me, and I wouldn't be as good a mum because I would end up resenting. I know it sounds really awful, and maybe it's a bit of a cliche thing to say, but I would end up maybe resenting being a mum if I didn't have my own thing outside of it.
Which is so unhealthy.
And I don't have any time apart from this evening of when I'm not nanny or mummy. Because the whole time I have kids with me. I'm never
on your
without
own.
a child. So if
Yeah.
they're not my children, they're someone else's children, and even on weekends, I have other people's children.
What about you guys?
Well, we're both quite
You're quite similar, actually, because you kind of like work for yourself.
So I work every day when the kids are at school, but I do often work weekends and I do work evenings. And so now as the kids have got older, they often say to me, please don't go to work tonight, Mummy, because I might miss bedtime.
Yeah, that's exactly the same
And that
for me.
kills me.
Totally.
But then I say to them, why is Mummy working? I'm working so that we can have nicer things. We can go on a holiday together. We can do nice things. You can do your activities. And they understand, because I actually think it's really important for kids to understand and see their mummy going out to work. And I'm not,
agree with that.
you know, that I'm going out to work so that we can do nice things together. And they understand that.
Yeah, but also I think there's a lot to be said for not working as well. And I didn't for about a year. And I had that time with my children, and it was amazing, but it was stressful financially.
And it's as hard work, if not harder, than going into an office and sitting on your bum on a chair and working at a computer. I found it way more stressful. I was way more tired. I was way more strung out at the end of the day at being at home all day and trying to manage a household and your finances and your children, and all of those burdens. I found that more difficult than going into an office and answering to a boss.
Yeah.
Deadlines.
Amazing. On that note, we'll finish this, because I think we've actually talked about this more than the other videos, and we didn't think we would. So there you go. That was us talking about, I suppose, the stresses of being working mums and what comes with that. I hope you like this video. Next week we are going to talk about, what was the topic I said we were going to talk about?
Bedwetting.
Oh, bedwetting, that's it. But yeah, really big subject. So, I mean, I suppose bedwetting and potty training, obviously most of us are out of the potty training stage, but the bedwetting, when we take them out of night nappies, that kind of thing, and what we deal with and how we deal with it. So, hit like, hit subscribe, and comment on below for any further suggestions, because we'll make some more videos in the coming future. See you next time. Bye.